Wouldn't it be cool to have a collection of books with your life, unfolding year by year, book by book, documenting all the teachings and valuable lessons that you've learned over the years? This video is for you if you want to reach your biggest goals here in life. If you want a way to hold yourself accountable and make sure you are on the right path towards hitting those goals. So together we will set up this 2022 journal and get it ready for us to crush 2022. Hopefully we will be able to take a step or two closer towards our highest and greatest human potential. How many of us just set a new year resolution and a couple of weeks later we forget about it? Journaling primes your brain to categorize things that you write as important, promoting you to be more receptive to actually fulfilling these goals and bring them to life. You will begin to see opportunities around you and take more action. Journaling should not be stressful in any sort of way. It's not something you have to do, it is something you choose to do. And why you choose it is up to you. So over an entire year you will have learned a lot of lessons. And in this journal I write down some of the biggest lessons I've learned throughout the year. So each and every single year I have a filled book with valuable lessons and things I've been through, wins and losses that I can look through and learn from, so I can develop myself the next year and the next year, continuing to pursue that path of reaching my highest potential. Think about it, when one day when you leave this earth, and if you do this every single year, you will have a huge stack of these books documenting your entire life, all the lessons you have learned, all the things that you were grateful for, some of the ups and downs, your wins and losses, all the goals that you have achieved or not achieved, lessons to your grandchildren maybe, if you ever gonna have some of those. Even though nobody ever sees your writings, because this is a personal journal, you're not supposed to have anyone look in it other than yourself. So you can write whatever you want, your deepest and most vulnerable thoughts. You can write it down in this journal instead of having thousands of thoughts running in your head. Those hundreds and hundreds of thousands of different thoughts you have in your head every single day. Get it down to with pen and paper. You can write it all down and look at it. Get it out of your head, look at it, and see what can you do, what have you learned. This journaling method will help you to become the kind of person that you actually want to become. So what kind of journals should you use? Early on my journey I used a lot of different kind of journals. I had one journal for dreams and one journal for relationship, and I had this 5-minute journal where I wrote down things I was grateful for, some affirmations about myself, the 3 most important things I want to do. I also wrote down 3 amazing things that happened today. How could I have made today even better? So I had this journal and that, and my productivity planner to plan out my entire day. I had that journal too, and my little black book of addiction and thoughts and emotions. I was writing it down here to track my progress in my emotional well-being and health. So all these journals and even more, it's not every one of them. So I found a new method of doing it and collecting it inside of one big journal instead of 5-10 journals. Categorizing it. There are 200 pages in one of these books, and if we take and divide it into different kind of categories, we actually have 8-10 journals in one. You can just carry this around and flip up and start to write about your gratitude, your travel, maybe some of the ideas, businesses, and all kind of stuff. I will recommend a journal that is with a thick cover, like a leather cover on the front, with thick pages. So if you want, you can write with colors in it, you can paint pictures. I like these completely blank sheets, thick 150 grams sheets, so it doesn't bleed through the paper when you write with something like a touche or Tombow acid-free pen or whatever you want. So for this year and last year I upgraded to a A4 Plus Master Leuchtturm 1917 journal. You can hold it closed when you're traveling with it. Nice hard leather cover. It has these blank pages, and these pages are thick. In the back we have this smart pocket where we can store small cards and writings we've made on small notes. So it also have these page dividers, so I can have multiple bookmarks. I can just flip it up and continue from where I left off. If I want to go all crazy, I can take an entire 2 pages and just write all over the place and draw, and it's amazing. Let's go and set this bad boy up now. So let's start by writing all the numbers on the pages here. "116 pages do we have here. This is our first section of the book, the front, where we have our quotes, important lessons from the year, inspiring words and such, like in my 2020 journal. Let's have a look at that. This is the amount of days till I'm 90 years old. So I usually only have about around two pages of these. Be aware that this journal will not, you will not fill this journal up. Maybe you will. It's okay to have blank pages in between. Have yourself some coffee now. Remember to make this enjoyable. Going to find out how many days I've lived. So I am 10,095 days old. So I'm going to take 32,850 and minusing my 10,095. So I have approximately 22,755 days left. I'm just gonna write it that big down here. Wow, what a line. This journal does not have to be perfect at all. So this is a reminder for me to see every time I flip up on this page that I have only 22,755 days left, and maybe even less. We have this feeling that we are going to live forever, but life is ending day by day by day. And in this journaling method, we are going to make the best out of each and every single day. So when this number is up, we won't sit and regret what we didn't do, what we should have done, and what we could have done differently. No, we are going to look back at all the things that we accomplished, all the things that we did, and be proud of the life that we lived, because we lived to be our greatest human potential. Each month I will go and export some of the greatest lessons that I've learned and write them down. In the next section we have affirmation and gratitude. Affirmations and gratitude is important for you to write down and remember what you're grateful for in your life. Many times we're not even grateful for the coffee that we can drink, the clean water we have, the roof over our heads, the electricity, that your heart is actually pounding 100,000 times each and every single day. That is what this section is all about. Gratitude. An attitude of gratitude and affirmations. We say things about ourselves in our head. We are not good enough. We're not smart enough, not beautiful enough. We don't know what. A lot of negative affirmations we're making to ourselves. And this page is for writing, I am enough. I am the light I see in others. I'm grateful and happy to be alive. I'm so thankful for my hands and the way they work. For both of my legs, they just walk and walk. I'm so grateful and happy for the clean drinking water that I have, that my family is alive. We can write everything down, and I encourage you to write at least 3 things down every single day that you're grateful for. I'm going to leave this first page for a table of content, so I can flip on this page and see what's actually inside of this journal. I'm gonna make 3 statements with my gratitude and then my affirmation, and then just fill out these pages throughout the year with affirmations and gratitude, like that. And then this is the gratitude section. The next section we have here is the accomplishments section, where we write down all the things that we did this year, what we are proud of. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing in this life is perfect. When you want to look back at your year and when you come to the end of your year, you're not sitting there and asking yourself, what did I actually do with this entire year? It went so fast. This is a record of all the things that you did, so we can make sure that we do not forget what we actually did. Maybe just 2 pages with accomplishments, that would be amazing. What I've chosen to divide this into is a vision board. This is our vision board, and if you want to see where you are heading in life, what is your 5-year plan? What do you plan on accomplishing through the next 5 years? Do you want a new house, a new business maybe? Maybe you have a vision for how you want your body to look like. How do you want to be in 5 years? What do you want to do? Do you want to be with someone? Do you want to let go of something? Pictures speak louder than words. But you can write it down and make it inspiring for you to see where you're going with your life. This is your overview of your 5 to 10 year plan for your life. Let's dive into the nitty-gritty of this book, the strategy section, where you make your monthly and weekly strategy to reach your big goals. 1 big page for each month. You could take 2 pages per month depending on what you want. Last year I found that 1 page were enough for me to keep the strategy going, like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks and 4 weeks, and then the name of the month, so each page per month. So this is going to be the strategy section right here. Maybe like a template or something on this page. And then we have the 12 pages. Here in the back of our journal, we have this goal section. We're coming to that later. And use this goal section to create your weekly and monthly strategy to reach your quarterly and yearly goals. This could be things to do each month, each week and each day, your most important tasks, your commitments and objectives, all your highlights and magical moments for each month. What was the best part of this week and this month? Use the strategy page to keep track of where you are at with your projects, your book, your books, the books you read, the courses that you are taking, your training. You can use this as a body training tracker, habit tracker in general. What went well and what have you fallen short on? What was your biggest mistake this week? Maybe your biggest win? What can you do next week to get 1 step closer to reaching your goal? What is the number 1 thing you should be focusing on next week, next month? This is all in order to reach those big goals in the back. So we have this page as our business section, making sure that our business is running smoothly. If we have any business that we want to make, if you have any business ideas and stuff, it's in the business section. All your work-related items goes into here. Could also be investments you have or want to make, or whatever you want it to look like. That didn't turn out well. I'm gonna fix it with colors and stuff. Give it some shadow and maybe a line and stuff, and it will look fine. 5 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if none of these sections are valuable to you and you don't like any of them, cross out every one of them and make your own sections. What areas do you have in your life that you want to keep track on? Make your own lists and divide your own journal into your own sections. This is just what I do. The next page here is the ideas, all the valuable ideas, all your creative, inventive ideas goes into this section right here. Let's just make it simple. Very, very simple. Ideas, that's nice. Good. coming up with all your new inventive and special ideas. If you have a business idea or an idea for how you could rearrange your house, and maybe a new book you want to write, new video ideas, whatever you want. Maybe my idea page is just this one. You can write a little note here, and in my digital journal I will go and work with that idea in more depth. For this section we have the freedom section, the biggest section of them all, because I love freedom. I want to have a lot of space to work with my freedom and do whatever I want. This is for whatever you want. If you want a drawing, if you want to write something, have pictures taped in, if you have notes, thoughts, feelings and more reflection work, if there is not enough space in the strategy section, this is your non-structured freedom section. And you can make it a mess out of it if you want to, just messing around in all these pages. And I like that. First, make a little outline with this one. The freedom section. You could take it straight, big freedom. Maybe I would do that. With these big pages, you can turn it around and just work with it as however you like it. Just allow yourself to be creative. That's the freedom section, right there. That's good enough. Color this and you have your freedom section right here. All the way to the back where we have our goals. I'll have my goals section right here. Oh, this is so ugly. I'll have to look at this for the entire year. How good I am with writing, especially S's and G's. I will have to work on that throughout the year. But this is not a beauty contest, this is just to hold yourself accountable. So this is the back. In the back we write down our big year goals. For the entire year, what do we want to accomplish? We have work and contribution goals at the top. What work goals and what do you want to contribute with? You have something you want to make, something work related to your career or something. Then we have the rest. I also call it the rest and spirit self section in the middle here. The things you want to do for your health and your physical and mentally well-being goes into here in the middle. And then we have play goals. It's like some detoxes you want to make, some of the books, maybe the amount of books you want to read. What do you want to perform with your body? Would you be able to take some muscle ups? Maybe there's some courses you want to take, or any challenges or something. You can write that down. Think about it. Play goals. Fun and adventure. Then it's just up for us to fill out these spots with the goals that you have for 2022. This leads us to the ability to divide them into smaller, medium-sized goals for quarterly tracking to keep ourselves accountable. From there we can divide them into monthly goals and then weekly goals, down to what we have to do today in order to get to our yearly goals. And I'm going to be dividing this page into 4. If you have a goal that you need to lose 20 kilos, that's a lot. Lose 20 kilos, how do you do that? You only need every single month to lose 1.5 kilo, 1.6 kilograms lost. So if you in the first quarter lose 5 kilos, you are at your way to losing those 20 kilos. And what could that look like on a monthly level with your goals you're going to write down? You have to change your habits of eating, maybe going to exercise. So one goal could be to make dinner every day for the entire month, for yourself, a healthy dinner. If you're doing intermittent fasting 16 hours per day for an entire month, I will ensure you that you lose those 1.6 kilos. We have to distill it down into more biteable chunks, chunk it down, so we can reach our biggest and highest goals here in life. The way you choose to journal is totally up to you. I hope that you found a valuable lesson or two from this video, maybe got inspired to start your own journal. So thank you very much for watching this video, and until next time, remember to breathe deeply. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Peace.